Alright, did another trans dump, and this is what I got out from dumping the pan. This is about what I got out last time. I did something different this time, and I got this much out. So this is about 4 quarts here. I've been putting it on this scale. Let me show you real quick here. Let's see. These bottles each weigh 2 ounces, so that ain't gonna really make a big difference. But, and I got this stuff on sale at Vance Auto. It was on sale, so I grabbed that. So, minus 2 ounces for each bottle. 2, 6, 8, 9. Okay, let's just say it's 7 pounds. 4 quarts. Okay, so that's about what I got out from dumping. This is what I got out from dumping the pan. 7 pounds. So now I went back and I flushed the lines, and I put a mark right here. This is a little bit higher than a quart. I actually just filled up one of these empty cans and it was a little high, so that's about a quart, that line there. So I went ahead and flushed the transcooler and the lines and checked to see how much I dumped in that pan, and it got up to right about here, about half a quart or so. So then I thought, well, that's 4.5 quarts I got out. So then I just let it sit there, and it's been sitting there dripping from the pan, you know, just into the bucket for days, just sitting there dripping and dripping and dripping and dripping and dripping. It's a slow drip, but it's been slowly dripping. So I pulled the pan out to see how much I got, and it went from here all the way up here. So got quite a bit out just letting it sit there and drip for days. I mean, it's a slow drip, but it did a lot. So let's see how much this weighs. That's 5 minus the bucket. Let's say 4 ounces, so 5 pounds. So 5 pounds, that is 1, 2, 3 quarts. Let's say that's 3 quarts. So I got 4, that's 7 quarts out. 7 quarts out. So that means there's only 3 quarts in there. 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's not bad. I only got 3 quarts of the other fluid that I had in there. And the last time I did the trans flush, I just dumped the pan real quick and blew out the trans line, and I got out about this much, about a little over 4 quarts, but you know. And then I started dumping fluid in there and ran it through the trans line. So when I took out 5 quarts and put in 5 quarts, did like that. So this time I got out 7 quarts, which is going to be a lot better, because now I only have to be mixing with 3 quarts. So I still got it dripping. Let's go have a look at that. Get under here and see how it's dripping. So I got it in this bucket here. And let's see, which one you see real good dripping? I think that one over there. Let me see if I can get under here better. Okay. It is dripping pretty good from, oh come on flashlight. From that one right here. It was a lot faster of a drip than it is now. That one right there in the center of the screen, on that second solenoid. See, and then these back here are dripping. It's getting pretty quiet now, but it's still dripping. Let's see if we can catch one. It's still dripping. This one's about to drip right there. There goes that one. So it's still dripping, but it's a lot slower. And I can't believe just letting it sit here, I think it was 3 days. And then I went ahead and checked to see what's in this pan, and it was a lot more in there. I couldn't believe that that much more came out just letting it sit there for 3 days dripping. So I'm gonna let it drip a little bit more, and then I'm gonna go ahead and button that up and put the new fluid in there. But yeah, when I flushed the trans line, I got about this much right here. And this is a little bit higher in the quart because I took one of these, like I said, you know, I don't know how these are filled up, but I filled it up to about here. And I think they're, you know, it was just a little bit higher than a quart where I put this mark. I put water in it, you know, and then dumped the water out. So that was about a quart, maybe a little bit lower. So it got about here with flushing the trans line and cooler. So I got that much out doing that. And then all of this, which is now totaled about 3 quarts, from here to here, this is just from dripping for 3 days. So if you're going to do a trans flush or a trans, you know, change your fluid, you know, a lot of people just, you know, dump the pan and then put the filter in the gasket and put it back on there. I would sit there and let it, I mean, to get this much more out, just got to wait 3 days. This is all this took, 3 days. And this is about, let's see if this is 3 quarts, and I got this much out of the trans line. Let's say that's 2.5 quarts right here. Just 2.5 quarts from dripping for 3 days. So if anyone doing a transmission oil change, I would take your time and let it drip for 3 days, because that got a lot more out. Because this trans takes 10 quarts and I got 7 quarts out. That means I got 3 more quarts in there, and I'm gonna let it drip for probably another day, and then I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Put the filter on and everything and button it up, and then put I guess 7 quarts in it, and then pump 2 out, or 3 out, and put the rest in and see how it does. So that's pretty good. Letting it just sit there will get that much out. I couldn't believe it when I started dumping this in the barrel from just letting it sit for 3 days. And you know, the drip wasn't like you seen the drip right now. It was drip. It was a little bit faster, you know, but it was just drip here, drip there, you know, and it's slowing down now. But damn, that's a lot of fluid just sitting there dripping for 3 days. So pretty cool. And then I'm gonna put, I got this on sale at Van Slaughter. They had it on sale for $5.50, so I thought, well, I'm gonna go get 10 of these, and I was thinking maybe I should have got more. I probably will, you know. See, 10, I mean, if I put 10, like right now, if I do it and I got 3 quarts in there, go ahead and put 10 quarts in, I can pump 3 out, and then cap it up and see how it does, you know. Maybe the fluid will come out a lot cleaner this time, and the next time I don't have to really do a, you know, pan drop. I can just stick a hose down into the what's it called, the dipstick, and just suck some out and put some more in. So yeah, we're gonna button this up right now. I actually I'm gonna wait one more day, and then I'm gonna put that filter on and button that up, because it's still dripping a little bit. I'm gonna get this out as much as I can, and then I'm gonna put that filter on and everything. Then I'm gonna stuff this stuff in here. Got the right correct Mercron V that goes in there this time, and then I'm gonna drive a little bit, see how it does. But so far it was, you know, acting pretty normal. Wouldn't have any problems with this was the cheap stuff, and it wasn't Mercron V, and so I just wanted to do the right stuff. And the stuff that come out of it, it's not the best in the world. It still had that, you know, kind of muddy kind of look to it. you know, when you go under the trans, like we went under there and you could see the drips. Some of the drips look kind of muddy, and then some of them look real clean. And I didn't understand that because I actually put a couple of miles on it, drove it around quite a while. So it's kind of weird that some of the drips look crystal clear, you know, like clear, good trans fluid, and other little drips kind of look kind of muddy. So I guess it just ain't mixing real good. I don't know, but that's a lot of fluid for letting it drip for 3 days. That's 2.5 quarts for letting it drip, just drip, sitting there and drip. So that's pretty good. So I guess I'm gonna wrap this up here, and I'm just gonna wait another day, yeah, and then do that filter, and then test drive it and see what it does now. And hopefully, this fluid, you know, when I pump it out, this fluid looks good when it comes out of the trans line, and I don't really have to do it again. But we'll see. Alright, I guess I want to wrap this up here. This was part 4. Pink stuff in the... What was it called? Pink stuff in the green stuff, or something like that. Alright, I'm out.